Hi everybody, my name is Samantha Rose. I am from Atlanta, Georgia, and I want to introduce you to somebody who I met, and I honestly was like, everybody needs to hear this man's message, right? So this is Rabbi. He is, well, let's see. I refer to him now as Rebbe, but his name is?
Rabbi Brian Tice.
Yes. And Rabbi Brian is, honestly, he just inspired me. The second that I met him and spoke with him, I just had this warm feeling in my heart, and I really just wanted to share your message and just share what we talked about. So, if anybody is in the Jewish community or is kosher and is curious about the ketogenic lifestyle and how we can incorporate this, he will be the perfect person to answer that. So tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from, your story, and what you got going on.
Okay, I'm Brian Tice, originally from Allegan, Michigan, a small town in the southwest part of the state. I now live in Grand Rapids, Michigan, the second largest city in Michigan, next to Detroit. And I am a practicing Jew, halakhically conservative, hashkafically Orthodox.
Awesome, thank you. And how did you get introduced to this ketogenic lifestyle and ketones, ketosis, regardless of whether it's supplemental or nutritional? Who introduced it to you, and how did you get into all this?
I met someone about 10 years ago at a prayer meeting, and she posted about a year ago that she was looking for people to do product testing for ketones, and I responded to that post in October and started using the product. And I had been working on my weight, had been a little bit overweight. I was at 205 pounds at my heaviest.
Wow.
5'10".
Wow,
So,
that's amazing. And how much do you weigh now?
I'm at 158 now.
Congratulations. I had no idea. Actually, we didn't get that far. Congratulations. That's a huge accomplishment.
Right.
By the way.
Thank you.
Wow, that's awesome. So you just started drinking it, and then you were, how did you get into the nutritional side of things, like the actual ketogenic diet?
Well, I had originally started reducing my weight before ketosis, before the ketones, by cutting initially bovine dairy, cow dairy, and got down about 10 pounds through that, and then cut gluten and got down about another 5 or 6 pounds, and then I got stuck. So
that plateau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the ketones broke through that plateau and helped me drop another 25 or so pounds.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Right.
And how do you feel?
I feel a whole lot better than I felt in a long, long time.
Yeah.
I have had a lot of back issues, a lot of inflammation in my back, spinal column, facet joint, sacroiliac joint, a bulging disc, ruptured disc, and the discs are obviously still in the condition that they were in, but a lot of the extra weight that was put on that part of my back has now disappeared and lessened the amount of pain that I've been in.
Wow, that's amazing. That touches my heart, warms my heart. That's truly amazing, and that's exactly why I'm also so passionate about this lifestyle. And you mentioned all of those issues that you've been having, and when you gave me your card, the first thing that I noticed was it said violence victim counselor. So can you share a little bit about how you got into being a violence victim counselor?
I was assaulted in 2004, spring of 2004, in Kalamazoo, Michigan, attacked by 5 males, stabbed once in the chest, once in the arm, and beaten with a tire iron, 5 separated ribs, a closed head injury, and nerve damage that is still an impact on my right leg, to where I'm dependent on a cane for mobilization.
Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. That's that's horrible in my opinion. But you know, on a lighter note, like you were able to take something traumatic that you had been through and turn it into something that serves others and brings light to others, which, you know, is something I'm very passionate about, taking things that you've been through and finding ways to not make it or break you and,
Right.
you know, give and help serve others with that. So, you know, thank you for sharing that. Thank you. That's crazy to me. That's horrible. And I don't think that anybody should have to go through anything like that. But, you know, the fact that you've persevered and pushed through that is incredible. So thank you for being here and wanting to help serve others, just, you know, based off of what you've been through. That means a lot, really. But okay, so now on the notes of the ketogenic, you know, how, this is one of the biggest questions, by the way. I work a lot in the Jewish community, and the most commonly asked question is, how do you incorporate the ketogenic lifestyle into your community, into your daily routine without it contradicting your religious Jewish beliefs?
I have found ways that a lot of the traditional Jewish foods can be keto adapted with just some simple swaps a lot of times, like swapping out traditional bleached white flour with combinations of almond and coconut flour, sometimes xanthan gum added in there to give it some levity, and things that you know, can be swapped out in terms of sweeteners. Sugar can be replaced, honey can be replaced with things that are based on monk fruit or stevia, erythritol, xylitol.
Yeah.
So,
I love monk fruit sugar, by the way,
Yeah,
or
that's my
sweetener.
go-to. Yeah.
Mine too. That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
It tastes the best. So you've been able to incorporate this ketogenic lifestyle not only through drinking the ketones and putting you into ketosis, but you have gone a step further and really found ways to incorporate the nutritional side of ketogenics, because that's where, you know, where it all goes down. And you know, you shared something with me that I was even more impressed by, and you made a keto kosher cookbook.
Right.
That's amazing. So tell me a little bit about that. What's it called? Where can we find it? And what made you want to write a cookbook?
Well, the book is called Kosher Ketosis: A Trafeless Approach to Keto Lifestyle.
It's amazing.
And it's available on Amazon in both print and digital formats.
Amazing.
And what it does is takes traditional Jewish recipes from different Jewish communities around the world. It's obviously not a monolithic experience to be Jewish. It's going to look a little different on your plate in New York City than it is in Lithuania or Minsk or Germany or Israel or different places around the globe, Tunisia. So I tried to draw in as many of those cultures as I could in the selection of recipes. Indian, Chinese.
Wow, that's awesome. Cool.
And just keto adapted those recipes so that the carb count is brought down to, in most cases, 10 or 12 carbs or less.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So for some of you, whoever's watching this that doesn't know what we mean by ketogenic lifestyle, if you choose to follow a ketogenic diet, it means you need to lower your carbohydrate and sugar intake to, you know, give or take an average of about 20 grams of carbohydrates. So your body is not really consuming a large amount of glucose, and you're consuming a very, very high amount of fat. And, you know, we could go into the science, and I have other videos on that. But the point is, this is definitely an amazing state to be in. There's so many neurological benefits, the signaling properties of the body and the brain, as well as, you know, your gut flora and so many other things. I could go into it forever. But, you know, I am literally ordering his cookbook right when we get off this video. And I'll post the link to that too downstairs in the comments below if you guys are interested in checking it out too. And I'm looking down because I have my notes here, by the way, guys. So incorporating this, you lower your carbs, and, you know, so your friends and your community, are they adapting to this well? Are they open to the ideas, and how are they liking it?
Yeah, I have generally hosted some kind of a gathering around each of the High Holy Feasts and Post-Mosaic Feasts, and have had good reception to the food that I've offered. Obviously, if this is the way that I eat, that's the food I'm going to prepare.
Yeah.
And I've had no complaints, and I've had amazed responses from people that something that's adapted away from the traditional recipe can taste as good as the original.
Yeah,
So.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's always my biggest surprise when I make stuff that I'm like, oh gosh, this might not be good, and I taste it. It's like, wow, I can't believe this is so low carb. So last question, I'll keep this short and sweet, and it's kind of broad, but I like throwing a little twist in things. But what is one thing that you could share that would help serve others that are watching this video right now?
I think that the Jewish concept that we are to safeguard our body against harm is central to the whole approach of my experience with the keto lifestyle. That anything that we do that causes harm to our body is held in low regard in a Jewish context, and something that we should work to remedy. And I think the high carbohydrate diet is one of those things that could be considered to do a great deal of harm to the body.
I agree.
So, yeah.
Especially after everything we heard yesterday. We're currently at a keto conference, per se. It's called Keto Academy. It's one of the largest ketone educational events, I believe, in the world. And yesterday we heard from some amazing keynote speakers, and just the education was just like one doctor after another, focusing on the body and the brain and the heart and the gut, and just knowing that this is preventative and beneficial, as well as helps, I don't want to say treat things, but your nutrition, just like you said, the things that you put into your body can be harmful. So just having that awareness and making better choices is really all it takes sometimes. Just 1% better every day, right?
Amen.
Yeah. But so thank you so much for taking your time and doing this. I know that this video will be beneficial for so many people. And if you wish, please feel free to reach out to either me, my name is Samantha Rose, on Facebook, or you can email me at ketonational@gmail.com. And how do we get in touch with you if anyone has questions?
My email is rebbe.tice, rebbe.tice@gmail.com. And you can also find me on Facebook, facebook.com/rebbe.tice.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for watching. And hopefully this video brought you a lot of value.